but we're going to roll right into our hot topic. And we're going to revisit something that we talked about last week.
Because we've managed to actually finish this bad boy.
Yeah, you did.
We did.
Hang on. One second. Here you go.
Woke up this morning with the sunshine in my eyes. All the clouds are gone.
He's kind of got a good voice. Am I wrong?
Hey, you can produce it up. You can produce it up pretty decent.
I'm like...
So, for those of you who haven't caught on yet, we are talking about Tiger King, a.k.a. Mr. Joe Exotic.
Yes, Mr. Joe Exotic.
Yes. I've got like 3 hot words here: sequins, fires, and music videos.
You're dead on. Dead on.
So what kills me most about this guy Joe is that, like, you know, when you can tell that when he's shooting like a special scene or something, you know, he dresses up and he puts on these hideously tiger print colorful sequin
Oh, not
shirts.
to him. Not to him.
Right. No, sorry. They're beautiful. And they're always low cut. You know, you can see his chest, right? But then you go up to the rest of him and he's wearing his dirty, like, trucker hats. You know, like, I was like, dude, it's so funny how, like, you went for this pretty shiny look and then you've got this hat just dirty, wrinkled, covered in mud. Like,
I think he's trying to make his own thing, you know? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I feel it. And it just, oh my God. It totally kills me. And I love his, he always comes back to how good looking he is, you know?
Yes.
You know, I'm a good looking, you know, redneck.
I'm good looking.
Yes. And if there's nothing that you take out of this, guys, it's you need to be as confident as Joe is in everything that he does.
I thought you...
What were you gonna say?
If you take anything away, he is not that good looking. He's a confident man.
I love...
Everybody should have the confidence level of Joe.
Yes, I love the confidence level that he has. What also I've come to, like, kind of appreciate is that he's always wanted to be famous. Mm-hmm. Throughout this, they talk about, you know, he's got this weird energy. You know, he went really crazy when they proposed this idea of having him sit on, like, this throne as, like, the Tiger King. He got all, like, power hungry, like, you know. So he really wants to be famous and well known. And here we are now. Like, people are making TikToks using your likeness. You know, people have been photoshopping themselves.
You did it, Joe.
Onto him.
This is for Joe. Free Joe. Free Joe.
You're famous, Joe. You are famous. You made it.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Right. Hey. I mean, for those of you that know, he's in jail. So, like,
Free Joe.
It's a scale here that's a little unbalanced. Yes,
I'm
you are
screaming Free Joe.
But yes, people really are screaming Free Joe. A lot of people are screaming Free Joe and throw Carole in there because they got the wrong one.
I think throw everybody else that was in the documentary in jail and let Joe out.
Yeah.
Like, everything was so crooked.
So here's the thing, though. Let's be honest. Joe is not innocent.
Absolutely not.
Joe definitely, like,
he's not clean.
No. However, I don't think he needs to be in there for the next, like, 80 years.
He is not as dirty as the people who are out, 1. And 2, I think that he is, like, the innocent bystander. Like, if all the people involved in the documentary were like, oh, we're going to get a deal and lock Joe up.
Okay, yes.
Joe was the one who needed to be cutting deals with the FBI, not anybody else, because all of them, I was like, how are they not in jail as well?
All of them got smart and were like, oh, pointing fingers.
They were like, it's Joe. Joe. Get Joe so that I can stay out of jail.
But yeah, man, you know, there was a huge fire and it was right in the middle of, like, his feud with Carole Baskin and their, like, lawsuits and all that.
Well, the
stuff.
fire was to the TV studio and the production house that was doing his show.
And there was alligators there.
Yeah, so there was a lot of kind of, like, step over, kind of plot thickening. Was it on purpose? Was it, you know?
Exactly.
I think Joe did it.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you know he did.
Somebody do it.
You know he did.
Oh, absolutely.
That was too convenient.
Well, there was things that were going to be used in court or subpoenaed.
Incriminating evidence.
Yeah, and mysteriously it caught fire.
Right.
And then he went on a campaign to go get money to build it back.
But like, I feel like that's Joe in general.
Totally.
Like, that was his thing. He was like, oh, so I've got incriminating evidence against myself, burn it.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, dude, you seem guilty. Why would you burn something if you've got nothing to hide?
Yeah.
So like, definitely not clean. But let's just like switch gears to Doc Antle really quick.
Yeah, let's not forget about
Please
him.
not forget.
Nobody is talking.
We did not forget.
Nobody's talking about him, and he needs to be up there right with Carole.
Let's just say, first of all, I don't think anybody's forgotten about Doc Antle. I just think that Doc Antle thought he was quiet enough during the documentary to not catch anybody's eye. But we have questions about the underage women / cult you got going on.
No, the cult with underage women that you have going on.
There you go.
That's how we need to,
some
we
of
need to
them
call
are
it what
not
it is.
all of them are underage,
True.
because they're aging up.
True.
They stay there for a long time.
Like most do when you're in a cult.
It's his harem. He likes his harem.
Surgery being had just so that they can have time off of work. You're not giving folks breaks. That's illegal. Also, at the end, you're cremating cubs. Like, I'm over it. Doc Antle, I want your head on a platter, and that's all I have to say.
Oh, wow.
It's a figure of speech.
Okay.
I want him in that. I want him in that.
There's a lot going on there.
I want him served up. Yeah, like, I can't believe that we really focused on Joe and the fact that he's just kind of not a smart criminal.
No.
And like, Doc Antle is running a whole, like, I don't even know what's going on over there, but the fact that he seems untouchable bothers me.
And he's just sitting so happy about it too, like smug, just smug.
The whole documentary, he'd be like, oh, I'm not going to say too much. I'm like, yeah, because if you say too much, somebody's going to be like, well, now this dude over here, let's ask some questions about what he's got going on.
We do want to point out that we received news that they're going to do a follow-up.
And a reunion show.
Wow.
So, yes.
It's going to be a hot dumpster fire mess.
Yeah, but it's going to get a lot of ratings.
Right. I'm really, really, really hoping that they do press Doc about what he's got going on.
Absolutely.
I want them to kind of back that Jeff guy. I want them to back him into a corner. Because
Jeff is a piece of work.
A lot of work.
Don't get me started on Jeff.
You guys are getting worked up about this show. All right.
Jeff was like Joe, in which they both thought they were too smart for their own good.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff just ended up working it a little bit better. Right. He did it a little bit better than Joe.
He was quicker than Joe on the thinking. See, I think that Joe would have never cooperated with the FBI. But like, Jeff was like, well, I can't go back to jail. So I'm cooperating. You snitch.
And
actually, is he even a snitch? I think the whole thing's made up.
You think so?
I think.
Oh yeah, I don't want to talk about that quite, because for those of y'all that haven't seen it, there's one nugget here that we're leaving out because we want y'all to watch it. But I think they fabricated the whole thing.
Yeah, I think it's fake, and I think that Jeff should also be in jail, sitting right next to Joe.
And at this reunion or like at this follow-up, I really want them to press Miss Carole.
Absolutely.
I want her to get caught up, and I want her to get nervous, and I want them to ask about the case, and I want her to admit, well, she probably won't admit it on the show, but
let's get a lie detector test in there.
Yes.
Let's get Mari on it.
Just to make it, an unofficial lie detector test.
I need an interrogation. Like, I want an episode of just her being interrogated, because the fact that they never even really question her there was never really any case, because he just disappeared and they had no leads. And I'm like, I just feel like they didn't try.
Because here's my thing. Anytime a wife goes missing from a husband and wife situation, they always look at the husband first. You know? Why didn't they look at
every
her?
episode of Snapped? They always look at the wife first. They always look at the person closest to it first.
She probably paid off the local authorities to look the other way.
Ooh,
I know, right?
That's a theory. I like it.
You two are so worked up about this. I love it.
Okay.
I've just never been so upset with a lot of humans. Like, I was like, wow, and I'm watching it, and everybody's just dirty, and I don't know whose side I'm on. But free Joe.
Free Joe. So that wraps up the hot topic. We've got another one that we started yesterday that kind of had us hooked. And it's called
100 Humans.
And they do like a bunch of experiments, you know, men, women, or, you know, age related, but it all using the same 100 humans. So we'll talk more about that next week. But
Do we want to touch
oh yeah, we've got a major political update, guys.
We just really wanted to touch on this really quick before we jump into another break. Yesterday, Bernie Sanders announced that he will be suspending his presidential campaign.
Oh, you guys.
And so all Washingtonians are just distraught, sad, sick about it. Except for Shantae. I'm joking. There's probably more Washingtonians that are like, oh, that's good for me. But like, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I never thought that Bernie had a chance.
It's to be honest,
it was 2016 all over again.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed in 4 years. If anything, we've regressed.
Unfortunately,
We've not made progress.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know why we thought Bernie would be. I mean, like everybody was like, you know, we can't let Trump win again. But I just don't know that why we would think it would.
I know it's like if you don't want him to win again, then y'all would have done a little bit more to get where we are. And it's unfortunate that there was a lot of better Democratic candidates that could have made it this far if y'all would have woken up a little bit earlier.
This was how it was always going to go down.
You know, though.
True. Like, let's just be, this is how it was going to go down. It was going to be, if as soon as Biden said he was running, it was going to be Biden and Trump, and that's it. And honestly, Bernie, I'm sorry. Everybody loves you. We love what you got to say. You're the people's president.
Yeah.
But you were never going to go up against Trump. And if he did, he wasn't going to win. And that's just factual.
Yeah, I hate to say it too.
We've done this. We quite literally did this 4 years ago.
Yes.
Hillary was the number 2, and she didn't win. So it's like at this point, what I need everybody to do is get on Joe Biden's side.
And that's the biggest part. Is like y'all need to suck it up. Don't throw a fit about I'm just not gonna vote or I'm gonna write in blah blah blah. Don't do that nonsense.
Yeah. We're not playing.
That does nothing but hurt. And if anything, that's just taking away votes and giving him more, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
And that's what we don't need.
I'm just letting you guys know now. I'm ready to go. Very like militant. Like I'm ready to throw hands if I hear no voting and I'm hearing people writing in some crazy stuff. Get behind it, because
yes,
Trump can't be president again.
Like the last election, Harambe had some.
That was some
stupid
nonsense.
Y'all are idiots.
That was some nonsense. We're not doing that again. Okay. Yes. So that's what we wanted to update you guys on. I am really sad to see it. But I also think that in this time where we've got so much uncertainty going on, who even knows? Like, there's a theory that we may not even have elections in November.
Oh my gosh! Because of all of this? Because
like,
of
think
coronavirus?
about it. Like, wouldn't that just be kind of like Trump's MO? No, sorry. Let me not talk about this man like this. But like, would that not benefit him to be like, you know, the pandemic's just kind of running rampant. We're gonna
postpone the
elections.
I wish you would.
Stay woke, y'all. Okay, that's my theory.
And on that note,